Was there any consideration to take a lower salary rather than end up being one of the highest paid Crown CEOs with a salary possibly higher than the Prime Minister's?
I didn't negotiate the salary.
Gang, what's up? Aaron here, Canadian Looney. Smash the like, hit subscribe. We've got some Canadian federal politics here to check out. Tamara Jansen, a Conservative MP from British Columbia, is going to blow it wide open. Mark Carney's corruption, hooking up his Goldman Sachs buddies that don't even apply to get $750,000 jobs. It's ridiculous. Tamara Jansen's going to blow the lid off. Let's take a peek.
As the grandma of two amazing cadets, I would say that Canadians care first and foremost about whether their sons and daughters in uniform are going to get the right gear on time and at a good price for taxpayers. So that's what defense procurement is supposed to do, correct?
Yes, that's the primary purpose, is to arm the CAF.
Excellent. So you didn't come here from the military. You came from banking and investment, moving capital around, growing portfolios, not moving tanks around. And I understand that you and the Prime Minister were colleagues at Goldman Sachs, an American company in the 90s, and you run in all the same banking and investment circles, correct?
Well, to refer to a question earlier, if I'm a close friend of the Prime Minister's, I feel bad for the Prime Minister because I don't see him very often.
Okay. So it seems from earlier testimony, as my colleague mentioned in November, that your name may not have been on the Privy Council's suggested list of candidates for the job. So, Canadians are wondering, how did you get on being the government's pick for this leading agency?
So they would know better than I would. Just as I said, I expressed an interest in serving Canada. I think Canada's having a moment.
With the Prime Minister, correct?
I expressed to the clerk after the Prime Minister sent me there, and left to them where they thought I could best make a contribution.
Now, on that note, was there any consideration to take a lower salary rather than end up being one of the highest paid Crown CEOs with a salary possibly higher than the Prime Minister's?
I didn't negotiate the salary. I was presented with a proposal to join at a level.
You didn't negotiate?
I was benchmarked against, as I understand it, a grid of Crown Corporation CEOs.
So now, interestingly, the name of the organization that you lead is the Defense Investment Agency. Now, investment tends to mean making money and not buying equipment that works for soldiers. It sounds less like equipping soldiers and more like structuring a portfolio. So I want to make this a little bit more concrete. If there's a piece of equipment that's the best in the world, available right away, and safest for our soldiers, but it doesn't help build domestic industry, would it make it less attractive? Would it make it less attractive under your new model?
I think I can connect a couple of your questions. The DND and the CAF play a very, very important role in all of these projects. And the requirement setting is done by DND. So to the extent that DND has a view that two or three choices are adequate to serve the CAF and to protect the CAF, then they would articulate that. And only at that point would they need to be accepting of more than one solution if we can bring these other considerations onto the table. So they'll have the last say on requirements.
Thank you. So after Minister told Canadians that the old system took too long, cost too much, and we know that's real. But if your primary lens is investment returns and building market outcomes rather than getting the best equipment for our troops fast, then I feel we face a risk. So my question is, are defense dollars at risk of being spent for market outcomes and not for giving our troops the right gear at the right time?
Well, I think the word investment is confusing people a bit. So it is taking the spend, which is going up dramatically, in pursuit of arming the CAF properly, as you point out, and it is using that funds to, in addition, create growth, therefore investing in the country. It is not. We do not have a pool of capital that we invest as an investor.
I have another question. Were you in charge when the Telesat contract was awarded? Okay. Well, lucky for you then. Thank you. I have 1 minute left. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well, there you go. Can I have this sheet?
Yes.
Okay.
Those are
a few more questions. Have you divested any assets that you owned in the process of complying with the ethics law?
Have I divested assets? I have sold some assets that didn't fit the blind trust structure that the ethics.
And may I ask what they were?
There were no single stocks. They were funds.
Your biography shows that you worked for the RBC, where you led the bank's wealth management, which includes asset management. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay, so do you have any financial stake, including but not limited to stock options at RBC Global Asset Management?
There are no equities or stock options in RBC Global Asset Management. They're all at the parent company. I have deferred compensation, which has been disclosed in the process, and I have stock options, which have been disclosed in the process, and which will be part of the blind trust.
Okay, so the stock price has since doubled, and the Defense Investment Agency has given them like a $750 million purchase order as of December, correct?
I'm unaware of the Royal Bank getting a purchase order for $750 million.
The stock price of the RBC Global Asset Management.
There is no stock price for asset management. There's a stock price for the parent bank,
Okay.
but I don't know the order to which you're I don't know what order you're referring to.
Canadian federal politics are absurd. We're going to stick a fork in that video. It's over. My name's Aaron. This is Canadian Looney. Smash the like, hit subscribe. Please leave a comment below if you have something to share. Enjoy this playlist. Check out this video. We've got lots of things to watch. Aaron, Canadian Looney. We'll catch you in the next video. Thank you for watching this one. Ciao for now.